Hello everybody, this is Fernando for the latest Cryptids and Monsters video. Alright, one last entry here based on one of your suggestions, this one also being a newer suggestion. Lots of new ones picked this go around, and I did a whole bunch of these. I think I totaled around 11 or 12, including this one here. And it's because there was so much good stuff around. So thank you so much for your suggestions. I'm going to go ahead and give this a brief pause and then start talking about them again sometime in the near future. So as always, and I'll check some of the past ones around that time too. This one I picked because it continues the theme of another cryptid found within Central Africa, also found within the Congo. So several of my past videos have highlighted that notion as well, and I'll include some of the links for them below if you want to take a chance to see them. But otherwise, yes, we're talking about a creature that in this case could be a cryptid, but for the fact that it's really just an oversized current animal, an animal that exists right now in this very world, but supersized. And that's been a trait sometimes within some of my past videos too. And so I'm talking about this. Instantly you'll see what I mean to say when I talk about it being oversized. It's a gigantic crocodile known as the Mahamba. So lots of good info to share. Let's go ahead and let's talk about that info here within this video. So what is this Mahamba? Well, it's a creature that has been around for quite some time, so much so that apparently it's even part of the talk of the Aborigines there within the Congo. Specifically, it's found within the Republic of the Congo, there within Central Africa. And if you wanted to go even more specific, it's found within a lake. It's called Lake Likwala. Hope I'm saying that correctly, but that seems to be its main region, and then also some of the swamp areas surrounding that location too. As far as its characteristics, as I said earlier, all it's your average crocodile, which are already fearsome creatures as is. I mean, your average crocodile is already large enough, larger than your average person. Clearly something that you want to avoid. There's those funny videos that pop up on YouTube every now and then and on Facebook where it showcases like crocodiles kind of making their territory near certain Gulf lands, and of course the people just clearly make way for these creatures. Such is the case here, but imagine multiplied in sizes, in this case up to 50 feet in total length. That is gigantic. That is beyond the school bus. That's I'm thinking even beyond the T-Rex when it comes to its size. This is a creature that could absolutely swallow you whole when it's on the hunt. They won't even have to do your average crocodile feasting where they rip their heads from side to side trying to, I guess, rip those meaty parts from the animal that they're eating. No, in this case it'll just simply open its gigantic crocodile mouth, and then that's it. You are a goner. And it's also something involving like in terms of its location, it seems to be a relic of the so-called the mosasaur, which was a long lost dinosaur as well. But in this case it may just be a cousin, or it may just be a whole new iteration of it. But it's still, at least for simple purposes, all it's an oversized crocodile. Very, very large, very gigantic. There it is within the lake itself. It can live within the water. It can live on land too. No doubt it hunts just like any other crocodile out there in this world, where it waits for the perfect ambush. And then it has that legendary speed that crocodiles have, those bursts that they do whenever they decide to actually attack a prey. If you've ever seen those videos on YouTube, you know what I'm talking about, or in any other channel, Animal Planet, whatever is the case, where they look like they're slow and they look like they are something that you could easily outrun, but just wait until this creature actually does its attack, and then they'll almost move at very quick lightning speed. So, but as far as what it does and the attacks associated with it, yes, this is a dangerous creature. Around those regions, it's been reported to attack canoes that I guess travel across its lake, or rafts as well, sometimes even devouring them outright, which would make sense because considering its size, all it has to do is, again, it's just open its gigantic mouth, and then the rest is history. And then also has been known to attack some of the Aborigines there. So clearly this is a creature to be much feared, much respected. And again, considering the fact that it's so much in the lore of the Aborigines there, that this is a creature that's been around for a long time. If I remember correctly, on one of the animal shows that I saw, it's nobody has ever really been able to record the true, I guess, age of a crocodile, because how do you do that? From the very beginning, since they are born up until they die, they can live to a very, very long time. If I'm not mistaken, over 100 years, if that's correct. This is a creature that can be around far longer than humans, like your average human would be. So in this case, with this Mahamba, maybe it's its own, or maybe there's others out there as well. But if that's the case, either way, it's been around long enough to be a part of their mythology. So that also makes it very, very interesting. And as I mentioned earlier, it could just be something like a long lost relic or a cousin of the mosasaur, which was, if was that right? The one in the Jurassic World. I think it was an oversized mosasaur, but still, goes to show that if it's a cousin, it's a smaller one, because those things are generally much larger, I guess, than even this large creature, at least if you base it on the Jurassic World movie. But still, this is going to be something that's even smaller. This is a much, much feared creature. You do not want to come across this thing. There's even been the idea that it may be misinterpreted for other creatures as well. There's one that I just talked about, the Nguma-monene, that was just placed, I think it was earlier this year. I'll include the link for that one too. So there's the notion that sometimes this creature might be actually misinterpreted for that creature too. I don't know how though, because the Nguma-monene, when I was reviewing the information again, this was a creature that had those spikes, those almost stegosaurus-like spikes on top of it, or in some cases the fin on top of it too. This creature though, this Mahamba, does not have that. It's like your average crocodile, doesn't have those. It has scales, but nothing along the size of what was mentioned within the other cryptid. But when you realize again that people are running for their lives when they see this creature, they're not exactly going to pause and then stare and analyze at it for a long time. No, in this case, they're just going to run for their lives and then give a very, very, I guess, brief synopsis or brief set of details on what they saw, and maybe they misinterpreted for another creature or another cryptid outright. But really, that's it. That's all the info associated with this creature, this monster, again, that's somewhere found within the Republic of Congo. So if anyone has any more info, that'd be really great to share. Apparently it's brief though, like this creature has remained well hidden, and the people that live there aren't exactly trying to find it to this day. So that's why it seems like information just seems to be a little brief. But if anyone has anything else that stands out, please post those comments below. That would be really, really great to hear. In a strange way, I would love to see this thing from afar, of course, but just like in the world of Jurassic World, see this in action, like see this creature just out in the wild doing its hunt. Because to see something like this, especially the size of a dinosaur roaming around, you just can't stare in awe. You just can't help it when it comes to this creature. You just want to see this gigantic mythical sized creature in action, to see how it moves, how it runs, and so forth. You can just imagine the rumbling that comes with it whenever it's on the hunt, whenever it does that legendary sprint, that speed that they do, that speed burst when they're about to attack a creature. So alright everybody, thanks again as always. Take care.